Hi everyone, Mr. C here from 3R Tutoring. We're going to start with a one-question quiz today. After I ask, I will give you 60 seconds to come up with an answer. We will discuss the answer after the 60-second time limit is up. Ready? Okay, here is the question. What is mathematics? You have 60 seconds starting now. Your 60 seconds are up. So, what did you come up with? Honestly, there are many answers to this question. Having asked this question to more than 1,000 students over 20 years, I have heard them. The most surprising aspect of the question has not been the answers, however, but that most students find it so difficult to answer it. Let's stop and think about this for a moment. By the time my grade 9 students reach me, they have had 2,100 hours of math instruction and practice. So here's the real question. How can a person do something for 2,100 hours and not be able to explain what it is they are doing? I believe that you should know what you are learning before you start learning it. So, back to the original question. What is mathematics? How can we best answer the question? I defer to Greek philosopher Aristotle to find out. Aristotle believed that to know the meaning of something, you had to identify two things. One, what it is, and two, what its purpose is. So first, what is mathematics? At its root, math is a tool. What kind of tool? A language. Math is a language. Second, what is the purpose of math? What is the purpose of this tool or language? Well, think back to your very first math lesson you ever learned. And I mean the very first. That's right, you learned to count. The purpose of math is to count. Math is used to quantify things. The thing could be the amount of apples in a bushel, the capacity of a container, or the relationship between the height of a baseball and time. Regardless, in order to quantify something, you must count. There are a variety of ways of counting. For example, we could use a calculator, we could use a formula, and we could even use our fingers, but we must count. Furthermore, when quantifying something, you are describing a characteristic possessed by it. Description involves communication. In other words, it involves the conveyance of information. Whether spoken, written, or body, people use language to convey information. In mathematics, there are different forms taken by the language. These forms include symbols, graphs, tables, diagrams, and of course, spoken languages like English. Simply put, mathematics is the language of counting. To achieve a level of excellence in the field of mathematics means learning different ways of counting. You must also become literate in the different forms of the mathematical language. Some of you out there may feel intimidated when learning math. Some of you may lack confidence when learning math. Ask yourself these questions. Have you learned at least one language in your life? If so, you have already demonstrated the ability to learn a language. This means you can learn another, like the language of mathematics. Next question. Can you count forwards from 0 to 10 and backwards from 10 to 0? If so, then you have already demonstrated the ability to count. This means you can learn other ways as well. So, if you answered yes to the two previous questions, then you can learn mathematics. So keep watching 3R Tutoring with me, Mr. C, and together we will learn the language of mathematics and different ways of counting. Math is the language of counting. It's that simple.